What?
I was going to let you tell because I keep talking. I was going to let you.
Ooh, what was I going to talk about?
I don't know.
Bread, she did mention it takes, was it
That's
3
true.
days?
Yeah, I
It
think
takes
she
3
said
days
2.
to make, was it 2? Okay.
2 days, yeah.
Apparently I'm an exaggerator.
Well, there's mozzarella, Gouda, provolone, Munster? Can't remember.
Don't remember.
Cheese. Alright, we are here at Steakhouse 71 today. It is the brand new restaurant here at the Contemporary Hotel. We're here for lunch, and so far what we're enjoying is the bread service and the crab cakes and the French onion soup. We just kind of started to barely break into it all, but so far everything is delicious. One of the things that's different about Steakhouse 71 from The Wave, which you may have already heard, is that the bread service isn't complimentary. So we were back and forth on whether or not we wanted to get it, but we thought we'd try it out. Why not? So it's $12 for the bread service. You get the 2 rolls and some butter and a roasted vegetable spread for them. And I gotta tell you, it's totally worth it. The bread is so good. The butter is really good. It's whipped butter. I know that sounds dumb because it's just butter, but the 2 together are amazing. Totally worth it if you like bread. I get it. Okay, the French onion soup. I love French onion soup, and a lot of places, you probably know if you like it too, it's kind of watery onion broth. Not here. This is actually on the menu, I understand, because it was one of Lillian Disney's favorite meals, and the broth has so much flavor. It is amazing. It is so good, and there's so much cheese on top of it. You're going to see this. If I can make it work, I don't know. I mean, that's just incredible. I am Samantha Lucas, and this is my best friend Amy. We ate today at the Contemporary Resort at the brand new Steakhouse 71, and it was a wonderful, delicious meal, and we thought we'd tell you guys a little bit about it. Because everything here, the chefs here take their time with it.
Yeah.
Some of the recipes have been created by the chefs here, so this is the only place you can get it. I believe she said the soup was the same. The crab cakes were that way. One of the desserts she mentioned was the person here, the chef here created it. You know, you can tell that they take time with this stuff.
Yeah.
The stuff takes days to prepare and to cook, and they let the bread rise for 2 days, and yeah, this is...
And it shows.
It shows. This is a restaurant where they take a lot of care. This isn't your typical... A lot of the places at Disney, it's like, I'll just give food out. You know, you get them in, get them fed, get them out. And that's not what this is. This is a really... There's a lot of care.
I really enjoyed our time with our server, and I feel like that this was generally the experience you're going to have with any of the servers.
If you want that, obviously.
Yeah.
If you don't want to be chatty with your server, you don't have to be.
They're knowledgeable. They are knowledgeable about all of these dishes, and they want to tell you about them if you're interested.
Yeah,
and we enjoyed that.
And one of the other things that we noticed is this really brought to mind the Disney that we love, because there's a lot of Walt in here. In the menu, the pictures and the artwork on the walls, there's a lot of Walt in this restaurant. But on top of that, it's like the servers being so knowledgeable and so taking such good care of you. I'm not saying they don't do that at other Disney restaurants, because obviously they do, but there was something a little different about this. The manager came by and checked on us. We saw the managers. There were 2 managers on duty. We saw them both cleaning tables. They were taking dishes off the tables. They were all in.
They weren't too good to take care of what needed to be taken care of.
Yeah, which I just thought was nice.
To me, it felt like pride, a good sense of pride in what they're doing for everyone. It just felt like they're proud of what they have to offer you. Yeah, and it shows.
Most of the staff isn't new. Most of the staff was here with the Wave, and they are all very happy with the changes. They like the new restaurant. They like the new menu, and that shows, I think, in eating here. I think this is definitely a place that's worthwhile checking out if you can get a reservation for either breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
Truly.
A little bit of a heads up, you are going to need a reservation to eat here, because they are not going to let you through the parking without one. We
came over in an Uber, and they made us. This is the only hotel I've ever come to in an Uber where they've made us still tell them that we had a reservation. Usually you come through the gates and you're like, oh, I'm in an Uber, and they're like, okay, drop off.
The driver usually says drop off,
and they're just like, okay, go on through.
This guy, instead they came to the back seat and spoke to us.
Yeah, and wanted the reservation. So you absolutely are going to need a reservation if you need to park here or get dropped off here. That's just the way it's going to be. However, if you can't get in, but you still want to give it a try, you can always come over from Magic Kingdom on the monorail, something like that. Breakfast in particular, they said they usually always have openings at breakfast, but lunch you can try to get a walk-in as well. They wrap up lunch reservations in the 2 o'clock hour, I think it is, because we were there until 3, and the restaurant was obviously turning over for dinner. Pretty much everyone had gone, and then they'll start dinner service. I think it's at 4 that they start dinner service. So there's 3 separate reservation systems, but you absolutely need a reservation for it. So far, I haven't seen them terribly difficult to get. I tend to peruse the app fairly frequently, and I do see them on there for breakfast and lunch. Dinner's been a little bit tricky to get, so just something to keep in mind. Our main course, our main meal, there's a lot to choose from on this lunch menu. I mean, honestly, there was quite a bit to choose from. I mean, if I could have, I would have had one of everything.
Everything looked like something we would enjoy.
And luckily, we live locally. Like, we live literally 3 minutes from here, so we are coming back. Well, we're coming back tomorrow morning, but in general, we'll be back here quite a bit. Because I want to try a lot of the different things on there. I've heard the cheeseburger can be life-changing, and I'm a cheeseburger person, but I did not have it today, so I definitely need to come back for that. Taylor was our server, and she was incredible. She was so fun and so friendly, and I understand that the waitstaff here in general, they know everything about all the recipes, and they have so many tips and things that they can give you. I got the French onion soup, and she went on to tell us that it's got 6 kinds of onions and 4 kinds of cheese, and told us the types of, there's mozzarella, Gouda, provolone, Munster? Can't remember the 4th cheese. But that was some of the best French onion soup I've ever eaten. The broth, it was so flavorful. I mentioned this earlier, but a lot of the times when you get French onion soup, it's watery. The base is kind of watery. It's like broth. Yeah, it's like broth with onion in it. This had flavor all to itself. It was rich, and it was layered. And I'm not a huge foodie or anything, but I do know what I like. And that French onion soup was very, very good. What did you have? I forget. Oh no, we split.
We split.
That's right. That's why I forgot what you had, because I had it too.
We all had it.
Yeah, we got the grilled cheese sandwich, which I know, but wait for it.
But that doesn't do, to call it a grilled cheese sandwich doesn't do it justice.
We got the grilled cheese sandwich, and we got the steak frites.
Yeah.
What I didn't like about the grilled cheese sandwich is the bread was very, very crumbly, very, very messy. It was a messy grilled cheese sandwich.
That's what I liked about it. I loved it because I couldn't quite think of the word I wanted to describe it. It was almost like it was flaky, and I actually loved it.
It was very good bread, but it was a little overpowering for the rest of the sandwich for me.
Yeah.
It's a grilled cheese sandwich. It's got 4 types of cheese on it, or 2 types of cheese?
4.
I think it was 4 types of cheese. It's either 2 or 4 types of cheese. We're terrible. It has multiple types of cheese on it. It has arugula. It had pork belly, which nobody even mentions.
I didn't realize until I asked the server what kind of cheese was on it, and she mentioned the pork belly. I was like, well, no wonder this grilled cheese sandwich was so amazing, because it had pork belly.
It's the best kind of cheese.
It's the best cheese ever.
And nobody else will tell you that. But for me, the crowning gem on the grilled cheese sandwich was the onion jam. It's a sweet onion jam. If you don't like sweet, you're not going to like this. Again,
very sweet. It's very sweet.
It is, but not overpowering sweet.
No, I don't think so.
But it's a nice sweetness. I loved it with the arugula and the fattiness of the pork belly. I thought it blended really well. It was delicious. I liked it. I don't think I would have it again just because it was messy for me, and I didn't. And it was a little bit more bread to cheese ratio than I tend to like. I would have liked a little bit more. And that's not to say.
I noticed with all the crusts left behind.
I did. I left all the crust like a 5-year-old. That's not to say. It's not to say there's not enough cheese on there, because there is quite a bit.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of bread too. So that was the thing with the grilled cheese sandwich. And then the steak frites.
Did you try dipping it in the soup?
That would have been
good.
Well, we got to go back. So the other meal that we tried was the steak frites, because it's a steakhouse. You had to try the steak.
Yeah.
We found the meat a little chewy.
It was.
It was seasoned and wonderfully.
It tasted amazing.
Yeah, and it was cooked really well. But the piece that we got, honestly, it was a little chewy and not as much fun to eat, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the way to put it, but you know, there's that. And the waffle fries, we have a discrepancy in agreement on the waffle fries. They were too crispy for me, and I hear that a lot from people, like they just cook them that way. They cook them on the crispy side, and I like mine a little soggier. It's
and
like
apparently, it may just be the difference between how people like their fries. Maybe the chefs in charge there like crispy fries. When I tasted the fries, I was like, oh my gosh, these are perfect.
Yeah.
So
and for me, they were a little crunchy and they were more chip-like almost than fry-like to me. I like my potatoes a little on the soggy side. That's what I like. But the chimichurri sauce on the steak was excellent.
That was really good.
When you come at night, they have a sauce flight. It's $6, and they give you a sample of all the different sauces that they have here. And I know the chimichurri is one of them. That was a good sauce. And your meals all come with a side, and your choices are pasta salad, a tiny little wedge salad, or the waffle fries. Honestly, I love we also got the wedge salad.
Yeah.
That was perfect for me because you know when you order the appetizer wedge salad, it's $11 and it's this much salad and it's way too much. This little baby wedge salad, it was like half of like a wedge. I mean, it was like a quarter wedge, and it had the blue cheese vinaigrette on it, and you know all the stuff that your little tomato, all the stuff you like on your wedge.
We need to say that again. It's a blue cheese vinaigrette, which was amazing. I'm like, this isn't just blue cheese.
The steak tasted.
We
dipped the steak in it. It was fantastic.
My favorite item that I got was the crab cakes, and I feel like I'm entitled to say I'm a connoisseur of crab cakes. I have actually one entire trip that I took to Disney World that I called the crab cake tour, because every single restaurant I went to, and I go to a lot of them. My trips to Disney were about the food, and I got crab cakes at every single one of them, and these crab cakes I got today, they were amazing. And once I mentioned that to the server, how much I enjoyed them, she says, oh, well, yeah, this is the only place you can get them. She went on to tell us that this recipe for these crab cakes here, it's a specialty, and just the particular recipe, we can only get it here. The chef here is the one that created it, and it's special. One of the other aspects about Steakhouse 71 took over for the Wave, and there used to be bread service at the Wave, and the bread service at Steakhouse 71 is not included. They're not going to bring bread to your table. They do have it on the menu at lunch and dinner. It's an appetizer. It's $12. The thing about this particular steakhouse is it is on the lower end of the price spectrum for Disney properties. And that's whether you go for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. I mean, dinner, the steak prices are really, really good comparatively to the other steakhouses here on property. And I think one of the ways that they keep the prices low is by not doing the bread service, and then that way they offer it, and there's probably, a huge markup on it. But you know what? I'm good with that because I can afford to eat here, and I appreciate that. And a lot of the menu items and the stuff at the bar are Walt and Lillian Disney's favorite foods that they used to love. In the morning, they have Walt's prime rib hash, which is a dish that he particularly loved. I understand that the French onion soup was inspired by Lillian. She apparently loved to vacation in France, and she happened to love a good French onion soup. And you'll notice some of the drinks at the bar are ones that Walt particularly liked, and I love that because I'm a Walt person, and so that to me that was incredible. The art in the restaurant also, there's so much like. Well, when you first walk in, even before you get to the art, when you first walk in, and
the very first thing you see is Walt.
Photos,
and the very first one is Walt Disney at the Epcot
classic
board.
Magic Kingdom and Walt moments.
And I think that it's also cool that they heavily included Roy, which appropriately so. I don't think that Roy gets enough. I was gonna say attention. Well, credit for the fact that he got this park open, regardless that Walt had died. He, no, he didn't do everything the way Walt would have done it, but he did a lot of it the way Walt would have done it, and he fought for some things, and he got the freaking park opened, which, mad props. He loves his brother so much, and that's what Walt Disney World to me is. It's kind of, this is a love letter to a brother.
Yeah.
And it's gonna make me cry.
I know, I'm about to cry too.
Because I grew up at Disneyland, and I'm a Walt person, and I love Disneyland. And when you're there, quite frankly, I can feel Walt. I feel his presence. I feel his touch on everything. I can feel that. That's obviously not here. What I feel here is the love of one brother for another, and how much. I'm gonna cry. And
Roy
how
was gonna
much
make
that
sure
love.
this got done.
Yeah.
Even though obstacles came up.
And so to see
make
him
sure it got
celebrated
done.
in this restaurant right beside his brother, that's majorly cool. And that's like on top of the food and everything else here. That was fantastic. I loved it. I think one of the things that's really nice about life at Walt Disney World is that today we decided to just go have lunch at Steakhouse 71, and now we're sitting out here by the water. In fact, if you look back there, you can maybe see Amy. I don't know, the sun's bright and I can't see, but we're just sitting back there at those tables and enjoying the water and the weather, which is actually very nice today. There's a good breeze, and it's moments like these that just make me feel so incredibly blessed. And I don't know, I feel peace and happiness, and I think that that's one of the things that we all love about Walt Disney World. You know, the rest of the world is very harsh, and you know, there's good and there's bad, and there's even that here, of course. But when you're at Walt Disney World, whether you're here every day like I am, or you just come for vacation, you have a sense of safety and peace and being relaxed, and that like for a while everything's okay. And I think that that's part of the magic and the gift that Walt Disney World gives us, and I am incredibly blessed and grateful to be able to have it any day of the week that I want to step into it. And that's in large part why I do these vlogs, because I want to bring that to those of you that matters, that don't have the ability to just come down here every day and step into it. If I can give you even 5 minutes of it every day, that's a good thing. It makes my heart happy. Life in Florida. It's sunny and it's raining, and I kind of love it because I had just sat down under an umbrella to take the video, so I just get to sit here and enjoy this little light rainfall. It's really beautiful. I feel really blessed right now. I don't know if it's raining heavy enough for you to really see it, but you know, the ground's got that smell when the rain first hits it. I can feel the heat coming up off of it. I kind of love these moments. It is about time for me to head home. We're still at the Contemporary. I'm up here on the 4th floor balcony, kind of between the two monorail beams. Oh, we got a little bit of rain through. It's been a pretty nice day all together. Great lunch, great company, of course. Amy and I always have such a good time together, and just really blessed. And I hope that wherever you are and whatever you're doing, that you're feeling really blessed too. Okay, as weird as this may sound, I've never had a Mickey waffle. And on the feast here at Steakhouse 71, there is a Mickey waffle. So this is my very first one ever. Poor Mickey, I'm very sorry. I really looking forward to this all morning.
Oh my god, that's so good.